Accusations that we're currently seeing, counter accusations and denials.
Well, that is what is going to happen. It's normal. If something happens, somebody is going to come out to defend, project his own part of the argument, and another person is going to come out to counter it. It's part of normal human being. Nobody's going to want to indict themselves. Everybody will want to say it in a way that, they're exonerated from whatever happened. That is why the umpire has to be the law enforcement and security operatives who are supposed to come in there and remove emotions and look at the facts and follow the facts so that they can unravel what exactly happened. That is, if our intention is to solve the problem.
Talking about solving the problem now, you've already started giving solutions. First of all, you think we should have state police and we should also have a crackdown on the proliferation of small and light weapons around the country. But then the youths in the state are also thinking that the state government should go down the route that a number of states have taken now. They are saying that open grazing should be prohibited in the state as well. They believe it's one of the sources of conflict. Do you agree with them?
I completely agree that in 2017, we should not have animals roaming the streets of Abuja or the streets of Jos or streets of Makurdi or whatever the case may be. Can you imagine what would have happened that you go into London and you're coming out of Heathrow Airport and you just see herds of cattle run around in London? Can you imagine what would happen to see cattle in downtown Manhattan, in New York, or Los Angeles, or Beijing? In 2017, animals should not be roaming the streets of the country. It's as simple as that. As long as we have this migratory movement of animals from point A to point B, they will be on collision course with the farmers because the animals are going to feed on the crops and the farmers are going to respond. So you're going to have clashes. They're not like you and I. They're not humans that if they go to this point and then there's a farm here, they say, no, don't feed here, let's go to the other side. They are going to feed on everything that is on their path because they're animals. And as they do that, they will be on collision course with the owners of the farms, and you see all these clashes. We have to find a way to raise our livestock without moving them from point A to point B. By the way, we don't have more cattle in Nigeria than you have in other places. I've been privileged and opportunity to have traveled to 31 different countries in the course of my career in the service. I've been to countries that Nigeria is much more richer than, but they own animals, more animals than we do in this country. And those animals are not roaming the streets. They are not. So we have to find a way to stop the migratory movement of animals from point A to point B.
But looking at the conflict that's already beginning to brew as a result of, enacting that law in Benue, I mean, you know that the controversy is not over.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? Would you say that it should be implemented in the manner that it has been implemented, or do you think that it could have been implemented in a manner that would not have been controversial?
Well, there's no way it's not going to be controversial as long as states are doing it one after the other. This is a national problem, and I believe that what is required is a national solution. And that is what is actually lacking on this particular problem right now. And that's why you see the states taking, their own actions to protect their own citizens. After all, we said the governors are the chief security officers of their own state, even though I don't believe that. I believe that is only in principle. But they have to take action to protect the people who elected them to protect them. But that is not going to give us, a lasting solution to the problem. What we are going to have is what is going on right now. I believe that the one, as I was driving down, I heard on the radio, people have gone to court to challenge the one that is taking effect in Benue today. But we have to come out at the national level to find a national solution to this problem. And I will refer people to a section of the 2014 National Confab report that equally provides some solution to that problem. Okay? I've had some people say, look, this is President Goodluck Jonathan's National Confab. I don't agree with that. I believe that it is a National Confab report made by Nigerians. You may not like the convener of that confab, but the resolutions are the things that we can extract, because after all, the confab was organized with our money, public fund. It was not financed by former President Goodluck Jonathan out of his own pocket. Look into all the other various reports that we have on the book right now, and begin to find solutions to that problem. And the solution has to be that You can't have animals moving from point A to point B. I don't care whether those people are coming from Senegal or coming from Mali. That one is even more annoying. That people are going to come from Senegal and come to Mali here and eat up all the crops in Nigeria and attack Nigerians and go back. That one is even crazy. We have to stop it. If the federal government has to invest in helping these people to get ranches, that is what has to happen. As long as there's peace, there's stability. Because as long as this is going on, we're not going to have the peace that we need to move this country forward. I was reading on the news today that our credit rating was downgraded. That is not a good outlook for Nigeria. We don't need all this negative news all the time.
Well, Captain Peace Johnson, we have to thank you most kindly for coming on Sunrise Daily or sharing your insight with us. He is a former U.S. officer, U.S. Army officer. Sunrise Daily will continue in just a moment. And we'll be turning our attention to something else, so please stay with us.